Hello and welcome to this tutorial on the lumbosacral plexus. As we've already covered innervation to the lower limb in another video, I won't be discussing that in this tutorial, but I'll put a link to that video in the description box below. Today's tutorial is about understanding which nerve roots contribute to the nerves of the lower limb. This is going to help you with clinical applications. So when we're looking at pathologies within the sacral plexus or within the lumbar or the sacral spine. Firstly, though, I have to thank Harry Miles, who provided me with this really great method for writing out the lumbosacral plexus. In order for you to be able to recall this information, so recall the information about the nerve roots, I'm afraid repetition is the key here. But if you draw it out with me as you go, you'll then be able to return to this diagram, rewrite it out a few times during your revision process, and this will help you with remembering which nerve roots contribute to which nerves of the sacral plexus. Okay, so with that, let's begin. And first of all, we also are going to include T12 when we discuss the lumbosacral plexus, and that will become clear in a few minutes. So down the left-hand side, I'm going to write T12, L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, S1, S2, S3, and S4. Okay, so as we know already that T12 is the subcostal nerve. But why we include this within the lumbosacral plexus is because within some people, T12 fibres also enter the lumbosacral plexus via this bridge of nerves here, which is the dorso-lumbar nerve. Okay, and this joins with fibres from L1. Now, if we just take a pause for a second and we look down the left-hand side, what we are going to do is we're going to include how many branches each of these nerve roots supply, okay? So T12 is 1 or 2, okay? Some people it's 1, some people they don't have this dorso-lumbar nerve coming from T12. Other people, they do, okay? So just be aware of that. Then L1 is 3 and L2 provides 4 nerves. Now, if we flip this upside down, we go down to S4, we also have 1, S3 is 3, and S2 is 4. So we've got 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. Then the 4 left in the middle, 3, 4, 3, 4. Okay, so with that, let's begin. Let's look back at L1. So L1, as we can see, has 3 branches. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have the ilio-hypogastric, the ilio-inguinal, and the genito-femoral. Okay, if you cannot remember which way round it goes, H comes before I. Okay, and then finally we have the genitofemoral at the end. L2 is our first example of where 4 branches does not equal 4 new nerves. So what we have here is we have 1 branch which is going to the genitofemoral. Then we have another which is coming to the lateral cutaneous, the femoral, and the obturator. Okay, so these are our 4 branches which are coming from L2. L3 is a bit of a gatecrasher, so L3 doesn't create any new branches of its own. So what it does is it joins on to fibres from L2 to the obturator, also to the femoral, and lastly to the lateral cutaneous. L4, as we can see,